I be that young rapping dude. Might just trap with you.
How's it going, guys? I'm standing here with Adam Barty and we are here to check out PES 2018. It's a big one for all the football fans out there. We just watched a presentation. You took us through some of the brand new features in this year's edition, and it looks really impressive. So let's kick it off. Why don't we start with the real touch system and how you guys have evolved that for this new edition?
Actually, with the real touch is kind of born together with the ball physics. So we wanted to free the ball up first of all, and then we thought about, okay, what does that mean to the game? And then you got to get the players being more aware where the ball might go, more ricochets, different spins. And then we thought about, well, the players will be then receiving the ball at different heights in different ways, and they have to be ready and prepared, and obviously that requires a lot of animation work. So we started to do that. We started to add in more chest, stomach control, knees, thighs.
Full body almost.
Absolutely. And then after that, we were quite happy, but then we wanted to bring some ID into it as well. So for certain players, for some high-skilled players like Neymar, who's actually well known for doing some crazy first touches, like using his heel and stuff, we started to work on that. And what we've got now is a system which is, not only is it looking great, but it's really intelligent, and for the better players, it's unique and cool as well.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. Not only is the touch system impressive, the visuals, the Fox engine has been pushed further than I think you guys have ever pushed it. I was watching that sizzle reel at the end, and I was like, jeez, it's getting so close to photorealism. So why don't you just touch on how you have pushed the Fox engine to this point?
The thing about Fox is that it's amazing in terms of its visuals. So it allows us to recreate real life capturing really well. And the beauty of it is that we went to Barcelona, we went to Germany, and we could do that real life capturing where we took the stadium inside outside. We went to the tunnel, so the actual journey from the changing room. Yeah, exactly. So you'll see that perfectly replicated inside the game. But what's really important is that we got those real life textures, lighting data, put it into the game, and Fox reads it so well. Fox reads it very well, and that allows us then to shock you, to surprise you. And when you see the visuals in PES, that is fantastic, and that's where you see the power of Fox, because that is what's been the beauty of working with Fox, is learning more and more about it.
It's probably it's got one of the most natural lighting systems I've ever seen in a video game, and you can see it. You feel like you're sitting in that stadium. Also, the facial animations have been improved, or you're mentioning the characters have real emotion. If they get tackled, they'll grimace, and things like that. So that's obviously a new addition, which is pretty impressive. You guys will see that in the E3 trailer. Let's move on to the actual gameplay. Co-op, online co-op is a new addition for you guys. Why don't you just touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's actually for everybody to come into PES and to play PES and to be able to do so with your friends. I'm sure a lot of your viewers right now play a variety of football games. I mean, there's only two really, but what's important is that if you like PES and you play PES, you want to be playing it with your friends, and we needed to create a mode where you can bring them across easier. 3v3 is also something that we feel is kind of the de facto number for esports as well. So not only is it something that you can bring your friends over, it allows us to take our PES League to the next level. So we're bringing 3v3 into PES League. We're also doing an online beta where we're going to let you guys test the 3v3 for the very first time. So we're very serious about this, and we think it's going to be something that improves the mode, gives you more ways to play, and allows you to play with your friends.
Co-op, a big focus for you guys, which is fantastic, so I'm glad to see that. And let's talk about MyClub. What sort of new additions do we have there?
We haven't really spoken too much about MyClub. I think the only things that we've mentioned so far is that we've brought in the co-op, as we mentioned, so you can actually share a team now with your friend. The integration to PES League is something really, really big for us as well. We brought it in for PES 17, but later on, actually earlier this year. But for PES 18, it'll be there from launch as well. And something that actually benefits the whole game, but more so MyClub, because you see a lot of this, is the real player images. So we're trying to make the game look more authentic. So in the past, we had sort of rendering of the players in really low res. Now the presentation of MyClub has been taken up to the next level. because now you've got real player photos.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Speaking of players, Usain Bolt is in the game now, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
That was a nice little surprise. How was it meeting him?
I'm surprised that we took this long to get to it, to be honest with you. It's the only thing that everyone's talking to me about. Yeah, I think it's really important to let everyone know that Bolt wasn't a strategy. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to blow people away.
Yeah.
Obviously, we did think that once we had it signed, it actually would. But it all happened naturally. We were at a football match. We were speaking to his people, introducing ourselves and making, a small comment about we should put him in the game. And literally, before we knew it, he was. We were standing him in Jamaica. We were shooting trailers and various things. And even since the announcement that we made on Tuesday, he's been doing loads of social stuff. And obviously, we have an agreement with the player. He's going to obviously support his partners,
Of course, yeah.
but this was a little bit different because of the way that it happened. In terms of paying your endorsements and your players, that was seriously so late in the conversation about exactly what that conversation was, how much is it, kind of thing. It was secondary to everybody, and it's great to see him now. He's tweeting, posting, no idea. He's just coming up with quotes and stuff. He really wants to get into football. I mean, that's one thing that everyone needs to understand, is that he's linked to football more ways than people think. He's hoping to start his football career this summer. I mean, I'm really hopeful that he does, because then you can definitely play with him in the game somewhere.
There you go, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is he the fastest player in the game?
For sure.
I was about to say, if he's not,
I think our starter guys would be in trouble if he wasn't.
someone's going to get fired if he's not the quickest guy on the pitch. That's awesome.
But I mean, one thing that I would let everybody know is that he is only a pre-order item, but please don't worry. We're not going to let him break the game. We're going to make him realistic. He's definitely going to be the fastest, but that doesn't mean he's going to be the best at everything else.
Absolutely, with ball handling and all that.
Yeah.
Let's touch on the legendary players. I know we had Maradona up on the screen just now. You mentioned there's more to it than just what you might think.
Yeah, I think it's not really a surprise to our fans because we had him last year. And we got a lot of legend players through our partnership with Barcelona, with Liverpool, and with Borussia Dortmund. And he was there last year. But this year, we want to make a statement with him. I mean, we kind of updated his features, made it more about the 1986 feature list, as before it was more when he played at Barca, which was for 1 year when he was a little bit younger. So now it's more the Diego that you guys know and remember in terms of features. But it's something that we've done directly with him. We've signed a 3-year deal as well, so he's going to be there for a long time.
Good news.
But more importantly, it's to let everyone know that he's the first of many. And when we start signing more legends, unlike Diego, they're going to be exclusive and only in PES. And there's some really big ones coming.
Things off with our first game of the day here on the stage. It's going to be Pro Evo Soccer. We've got Swifter joining me to host the stage. We've got Adam, the PES Global Brand Manager, which has to be, I assume, a pretty cool job.
Extremely cool and a lot of hard work as well.
Well, you guys have been.
But I enjoy it for sure.
Yeah, right? A lot of cool stuff, especially preparing for this game. So we've got some gameplay for you. We'll get that up right away so you can take a look at it. But tell us what you're bringing that's special in this 2018 PES.
Well, everyone's just seen the most special thing that we actually announced at the show, which is
Usain Bolt. That's so crazy.
Where did that come from, right? We were actually at a football match with his people, and we got talking. There's a lot of news stories right now about him wanting to start his own football career and actually do that once he has his last race. I think actually is this month or next month, and he's now training in Europe, trying to sign for a team. We got talking, and he loves PES. It was such a fast conversation. We flew out to Jamaica, scanned him, and as you saw from the trailer, looks fantastic. He's got his celebration as well. And it's huge for us because it's something. It's the first time that we've done this. We've had legends player before, but never a player outside of football, but is still connected to the sport.
Swift, you're so excited.
What are his stats? I gotta know. Like,
we haven't decided yet on the overall stat for sure, but I can guarantee he'll be the fastest player in the game. Obviously, that would be crazy if not.
I'm sure that's absolutely wild. So you got to actually hang out with them, like while you get into the game, or how did that actually go? I'm curious, like.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we were there for the shoot. We did the full 3D scan because one of the things that we do with PES, we take a lot of care in how the players look inside the game, and what you'll see when you actually are seeing the gameplay is an amazing looking game, visuals, and it's something that we obviously, to put him in the game, it had to be perfect. He got involved in some of the trailer shooting. We've got some more news with him coming out later in the year. Obviously, we've got a little bit of way to go before we launch on September 12th. So we've got a lot of stuff going on with him.
That's fantastic. So what did he say when you first reached out to him for this?
Do you know what? It was a mutual conversation. It was like, hey, who are you? Hey, I work on PES. Oh, yeah. Usain likes PES. Oh, we should get him in the game. We should get him in the game. And that was it.
Done. That's it. Easy.
And it was started from there, and it's a fantastic conversation because I know it sounds silly to say, but seriously, when you have endorsements and things, people know money's exchanged. But I guarantee you this, it was always secondary. That conversation about fee was more about, what can I do? Can I get in the game? How can I look? Can you make me look realistic? My physique, my celebration, all those things as well.
You've really opened a door here.
Oh, who's going to approach you now?
I hope everyone phones me and gets me on Twitter and seriously. Oh, just got a goal as well there as well.
Fantastic. So whoever's playing backstage next time.
Yeah.
This is some live gameplay you brought here. So what other changes can we expect in 2018?
I do want to say this is a world exclusive. This is the first time that we're showing the gameplay of PES, and it's a big moment for us as well because PES 2018 is the end goal for us after 3 years of hard work. So this is the first PES where you look at and you see the play, and PES 17, 16, 15, those 3 years had a fine link between them, but 18 is like cut from a new cloth. We've completely redone the visuals, the animation system, the physicality, the goalkeepers. It's such a crazy list of new features in the game. I think the main thing's 3-3 because we announced the game back in May, where we announced all these new things. But 3-3 obviously is Usain Bolt. If you pre-order the game, you can use him in my club. And the second thing, which is really important for us, is to improve the online. So we're launching an online beta, which is open for everybody.
When?
Open at the end of July. We're aiming for the 20th of July.
Nice.
Yeah, take notes. It's only it's only available for 11 days. It's on PS4 and Xbox One.
Okay, set alarm.
Yeah.
For the notes you're taking.
Again, we've not done this since 2011, so it's been a long time for the company, but we brought it back because we need to improve the online. And I think that's one of the weaknesses that we sort of need to fix and get ourselves stronger. Obviously, online is super important. Everyone plays online, so it's something that we're really focusing on. With online, we've got this whole new esports system with PES League, and we're bringing our new 3v3, which is our new co-op, into there. One really cool thing about PES League, which is our esports thing, is having the balancing stats as well. What that means is obviously you're seeing Dortmund against Barcelona. These teams are very strong, but maybe you support a lower division team, you can use them, go online and use the same stats across the board.
Well, so that's cool. So you have to worry about, like, if you have a favorite team, just so their stats are like generally a little bit lower, but like you can play your favorite team and be competitive on the game.
Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's fair, and then it's about skill. Right. And I think that's what I think when it comes to true esports, you want that sort of level playing field, really.
Or anything else.
Absolutely.
Fair. You mentioned a 3v3. What can you tell us about that?
Well, it's something that we were looking at mainly because a lot of our fans were asking for a 2v2, and when we sort of look at what they really want, we wanted to add in a little bit extra. I mean, obviously with 3v3, we do see a lot of esports competitions with that sort of 3v3. One of the biggest things that PES has is trying to convince a lot of people to play PES over FIFA, and we honestly feel that if you love the game but all your friends don't, it's difficult for you to convince your friends. You want to sort of bring them with you and play together, and I think that's where it came from. And we've really focused. On the game modes around the 3v3, where it has all the stats collected, how you perform as a clan, and you can also do really cool things like if you score a goal, there's some special 3-player celebrations that you can do together, which you can trigger as well, which is a lot of fun.
So how is the player control, the in-game player control broken down for in the course of one match?
Actually, it's rather simple. It's like we actually do the 2v2 co-op right now in PES offline, and it's just a case of pressing L1 all the right stick just to change your player. So I think it's more about the communication between the players, because everyone's going to be able to choose any player, but you don't want to overtake somebody who's maybe about to shoot or about to defend and things like that. So you don't want to see that.
Oh, I would love to listen to the comms in those matches.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of the most important things here that you're seeing, I do want to add, is the visual difference between last year is massive. And one of the big reasons why we actually got it here. So what you're watching, this is in daytime at the Camp Nou Stadium, which is the Barcelona Stadium, which is exclusively in PES. And we actually went there early in the year. We actually took a full camera team, scanning team, and we scanned the full stadium. So we scanned the pitch, the stadium exterior, we went into the tunnels, we went to the changing rooms.
Like a Matterport, like 5 by 5 meters at a time. Like
we actually had like drones and stuff. It was